So one of the keys in algebra is that there can be a relationship between the variables x and y. Like they're interacting together, which means they have that relationship. And we're going to turn this idea one step further. Mathematicians noticed something that would occur in this relationship, which they defined as a function. And let's find the relationships between the x's in this line that we've just graphed. So in other words, I'm just going to chart this out. I've got x's here, the y's are the partners. They have that relationship we've talked about. -1 always leads to 6, 0 leads to 4, 1 leads to 2, 2 leads to 0, and 3 leads to -2. So the x and y's have this relationship. Now let's map out these relationships. So -2 went to 2.2, but it also went to -2.2. -1 mapped out to go to 2.8, but it also went to -2.8. 0 went to 3, or -3. 1 went to 2.8 and -2.8. 2 went to -2.2 and +2.2. Every value of x had one value of y. We had an x, it led to one y, and this is called a function. So a function in our second one, this is not a function. A circle is not a function because one value of x led to two different y's. So mathematicians noticed this and they gave it a name. When you have this scenario here where one x leads to one y, they just gave it the name function because it happened quite a lot. When 1x leads to 2 y's, this is not a function. So 1x leads. All right, so again, here's the idea. This is a function. You put something into this machine, it gets crunched on, you multiply the x, you add to the x, and out the other side comes one value. It wouldn't be a very functional machine if you put something in the machine and suddenly two things appeared on the other side. So a functional machine spits just one thing out of the back end. So a functional machine, an x leads to a single y. And the reason why a circle was not a function is because of this plus minus. We put a value in for x, we crunch it down, but then we square rooted it and it was plus or minus. That was creating two values of y. So it's not a functional machine. One x went in, two y's came out. That is not a function. So a line is a function, but a circle is not.